Hi everyone, today I'm going to make you a nice easy little pasta carbonara. It's sort of a traditional one, it's not got a load of cream and stuff in it to make it all heavy. It's made partly the traditional way with eggs, but as I'm sure you can see I'm not Italian, so I'm not going to make it 100% authentic, but I am going to make it the way I like to have it at home. Hope you enjoy it. First thing you're going to want to do is get your pan of water on. Not that one, try and light the right one, that'll help. And then while that's on, you can then prep all of your ingredients. So what you're going to need is, this is going to feed 5 people for me today. You're going to need about 200 grams of diced pancetta. You can use smoked streaky bacon if you fancy, or if you're vegetarian, just leave the bacon out. You're going to need 5 or so cloves of garlic smashed up. You're going to need half a white onion, a couple of mushrooms chopped up, some parsley to finish, 3 eggs, about 200 grams of Parmesan, a bag of pasta. It was a 500 gram bag, but it split, so I put it into 2 separate ones. You're going to need a little bit of oil for cooking in, and you're going to need a wok or a frying pan to cook the whole dish in. Another great thing about this quick little recipe is it's fast. It's going to take you 20 minutes maximum from beginning to end. So as you can see now, our water's boiling. So we're going to fire in our pasta. Give it a little mix round so that it doesn't all stick together. Wow, it's going around lovely. If you want your water to boil a little bit faster, boil it in the kettle. Easy as that. Now, while that's going, we can now light our gas for our main pan. So it's cold at the moment. A little bit of oil in. And put in your crushed garlic. That will infuse the oil. While that's happening, we're going to go down here. So we've got our Parmesan. We're just going to put our 3 eggs that we've got into our bowl. Little tip for you, always break your eggs on a flat surface, not on the edge of the bowl. If you break them on the edge of the bowl, it pushes the egg shell into the egg, and then you end up with it inside there, most of the time. So pop 3 of those in there, and then get your little grater if you've got one, or if not one of these, just use the side of a box grater, and grate in your Parmesan into your egg. If you don't like cheese or you have an allergy to it, just don't add it. Now that's all in there, I'm going to fire in some cracked black pepper. We'll give this a little stir. Pop the lid on. You can now smell the garlic starting to infuse in the oil. So now we're just going to give this a little whisk with a fork. Just gentle little movements, and then you won't fire it all around your kitchen. And this is going to be your sauce. So that's that done. Now we're going to go back up to our pan. So our garlic's just flavouring our oil. Smelling lovely. Give our pasta another little turn around so it doesn't stick. Pasta like this normally takes about 10 minutes to cook, so you've got plenty of time. So now our garlic's starting to soften in colour a little bit, we're going to put in our pancetta, or your bacon. And we want to get this nice and crispy. So this has been crisping up now for 4 or 5 minutes. Our pasta's about halfway there. So now what we're going to do is turn the heat down. We're going to add in our onions and our mushrooms. This is the non-traditional part of the recipe. Give those a little mix around. And make sure to give your pasta a little stir every couple of minutes so it doesn't stick together. So one of the things a little trick we're going to do is we're going to take some of the pasta water and just pop it in a little cup, and I'll show you what that's for in a minute. The onions now have nicely softened down along with the mushrooms. They've taken on the taste and smell of the pancetta, or the streaky bacon if you're using it, and it is smelling pretty tasty at the minute. Make sure at this point your pan is on a low heat. I mean, I've got a big gas burner here, but whatever you've got, just do it to suit. You don't want to catch this stuff, you don't want to burn it. Also, in a minute, the key thing is going to be our temperature control, because we're going to add our eggs in. We don't want them to split because it will make our sauce horrible. So we want to get our temperature brought down to around about 65-70 degrees, and then we'll add our eggs in with our pasta, but you'll see all this in a second. So our pasta's cooked. I'm now going to drain it just in a sieve in the sink, and I'm going to leave it for a couple of minutes just to take the heat out of it. You can also, now we've got our pasta draining, just turn our heat off on this. It's done its job, and there'll be enough heat in the pan to cook our eggs. So now what we're going to do, our pasta's cooled down for 2, 3, 4 minutes. This is off, it's not mega hot. We're just going to put our pasta into our bacon mixture. I've got a little extra bit of brown pasta in mine as well. Give that a little mix round. You can see there's still a little bit of steam coming off of it. Now what you're going to do is get your egg mix. Give it another little mix around. Just pour that in all over. This may seem really weird if you've never done this before, but trust me, it'll be alright. Then give that a little mix around so there's no heat going through this pan now. It's just the heat that's in the pasta and the pancetta. And this will make your sauce. What you can do to make it a little bit creamier is, remember the pasta water we kept earlier? You just pour a little bit of that in. It's still hot. Give that another little mix round. And that's it, job done. You can see now when we mix it around in the bottom of the pan, there's just a little bit of the eggy mixture. That's absolutely fine. It's how it should be.